I just want to make sure you understand the questions here on the Unit 9 portfolio. So here, I hope, are some helpful clarifications. On the first, I've given you an inequality that has two parameters, an A and a B on the other side. In the first part here, you're to pick numbers. So A equals this number, B equals this number, such that the inequality has no solutions. And you need to include a written explanation of why those numbers lead to there being no solution. So I'm going to make sure you pick numbers that work and that you explain your thoughts well. Same thing on part 2, except this time you want the solution to be all real numbers. So every number I should be able to put in for x. You need to pick correct values for the A and the B, and also explain your reasoning in words. For the second one, here's an inequality. Here are 2 attempts at solving it. I don't know, are any of them right? If one of them is right, all you have to do is write correct underneath it. If one or both of them is wrong, then you need to explain what the problems are and be specific. So if you just say they didn't do it right, that's not good enough. I need you to tell me what specifically was the problem and what should they have done instead. Moving on. For this next one, this deals with the word problems. We've always gone from here's a word problem, write an inequality. This is now the reverse of that. Here's an inequality, write a word problem that matches that inequality. So you have lots and lots of options. I want to be very clear. No 2 students, so nobody should be turning in the exact same problem as somebody else. There's an infinite number of options to pick from, so your words should be different from everybody else's words. Same thing here. There's just 2 of them. So here's another inequality. Come up with a situation, write out that situation, and make sure you explain what the x represents in both cases. And then on the last one, looking at the compound inequalities with the and the or. So to review those, go back to the first part of the section, the understanding inequalities and the one variable inequalities. And what you'll do is you'll solve them, put your work in the space. If there's not enough space, you can use a separate paper and just staple it together. But what you're going to find is I chose them for a reason. So the answers may not look exactly like they did on the practice sheet that you did earlier. So with that in mind, you solve them, you graph them, and then I want you to write the solution as simply as possible. I gave a couple of examples up here at the top so you know what it is we're talking about.